He was in the military for about 7 years and then went back to school, so he's in college now. And it's really fun when people ask me, what does your husband do for a living? And I say, he's in college. And there's always this moment, right, where you can tell there's a certain look that they get on their face because they're trying to figure out how old he is. And I love to just follow that up with, oh, don't worry, he's a senior. It's not as inappropriate as you think. But no, he's 30, it's appropriate. My husband's, he's really smart. He's actually finishing up, he's getting 2 bachelor's degrees, one in biology, one in history. So he's a really smart guy, and that's great. There's a downside though. Ladies, do you feel me? He tells the most boring stories. They're so boring. So sometimes he's just talking and he's going on and on, right? And I can't pay attention to that for so long, and so I just stop listening. And then when there's a pause, I just nod and say yes, you know? And that's not so much a joke as it is our engagement story. Got tricked into that one. My husband and I, we actually get along pretty well. We have a lot in common. We are both vegetarians. Thank you. Actually, I'm a vegan, and I know a lot of you probably don't know what that is, so I'll give you a little intro to that. There's 3 characteristics of a vegan, every vegan that you meet. The first is that we don't eat animal products. The second is that we don't tend to agree with using animals in like clothing or circuses, that kind of thing. And the third, oh, I always forget. Oh, we all think we're better than you. So, there's somebody that, you know, is acting all self-righteous, probably a vegan, am I right? That's a joke. I do think I'm better than everyone, but it's not totally because I'm a vegan. There's other things. I also, you know, I listen to NPR, so there's that. And I bring my own bags to the grocery store because of the earth. And by grocery store, I mean Whole Foods. Oh no, that's a joke. Or is it? Never can tell. Do you guys have Whole Foods out here? I meant to tell you, I know there's a lot of you that were hoping to hook me up with your teenage sons this evening, but I did mention, you know, I do look a lot younger than I am. I'm 29. But I wanted you to know it's not because I don't like 14-year-old boys, it's because I'm not going to date anyone from Poplar, Bluff. About vegans that I just think are mean, and they're not true at all. At least for me, there's some, you know, weirdos out there. But there's one stereotype that is so true, and that is that people think that we care more about animals than we do about people. That's so true. Like, I'll give you an example. The other day, my friend calls me up and she says, Lisa, oh my God, I have to tell you something. Something awful happened. You're not going to believe this. I said, oh my God, what happened? Tell me. And she said, okay, I was on my way, driving down the road to go to Casey's to buy some milk, and this kid ran out to chase his ball in the middle of the road, and he got hit by a car. And I said, oh my God, that is awful. You bought milk? Those poor cows. No, but the other day I was, excuse me, there's a show going on. The other day I was driving home from work, and I did hit a kid with my car, that didn't happen. But I here do any running? Any runners in here at all? Couple people in the back? Somebody over here is vehemently against it. My husband, don't have to do it, sir. I'm not making a suggestion for your life. I'm introducing a joke here, sir. So my husband and I, that's another thing we have in common. We like to run, and we're basically ready for a half marathon, I think, because last Saturday, you're not going to believe this, it was so amazing. In an hour and a half's time, my husband ran 11 miles on the treadmill. And in the same amount of time, I put 900 songs on my iPod. We are ready for a half, I think. I actually just started running. I'm actually super lazy. Just metabolism hasn't caught up with me yet. I don't know what's going on. But I started training about 5 weeks ago for this Couch to 5K. Has anybody heard of this program? I got tricked into it because it doesn't start with couch. I thought it would start with maybe some TV or some, reruns of The West Wing or something like that, but it doesn't. Do you guys, okay, I know you laughed at me for Whole Foods, but do you have a Crazy Bowls and Wraps anywhere around here? Do you at least know what that is? Yeah, Crazy Bowls and Wraps. So it's a fast food place with lots of crazy bowls and wraps. I don't know. So I went there the other day and I thought it was funny. I'm really not a big fan of stereotypes. So I go there and I get to the door and I walk up and open one door because there were two guys coming out and they protested because a girl shouldn't open a door for a guy. So they were like, no, you come in, ma'am. No, after you, of course. And I said, you know what? No, because gender roles are dumb and I'm not going to obey them. I said, I got to this door first, now you come in through. Let's go. Don't be all sexist, let's go. I can open the door for you. And so they protested, and I was stubborn, so I ended up winning. And when they walked through the door, I said, have a nice day, ladies.